Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Marquita if you're new here. And on this video, I'm finally showing you guys our fulfillment room. Actually, we have two rooms now, so I'm going to show them both to you on this video. I know that you guys have been asking for this type of video. You want to see where we work. We are no longer upstairs in my craft room. We have a full room now. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of the room. But first, if you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing. I also hope that you will give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it. So let's jump into these fulfillment rooms, guys. If you want to see them, make sure to stay tuned. Alright guys, here we go. So we are walking into fulfillment room number 1. If you are on my Instagram, you have seen the transition of this room. You saw us painting, you saw us putting floors down, you saw everything that came with getting this room set up. And so we started in this room and then we outgrew this room. We were thinking of getting a location and then we said, you know what, let's wait. Let's hold back just a little bit, wait a little bit longer. Let's transition into the other room in our basement. So now we have 2 fulfillment rooms. And then if we outgrow that, we know it's time to get out of this basement and move on to a location. So I'm gonna give you a tour of this room. I'm really excited about it. So first and foremost, everything pretty much is from IKEA. Some things we took from upstairs in my upstairs craft room and brought down here to save a little bit of money. Other things we went and purchased specifically for this room. So this table is our baby. We love this table. It is super large, enough space for both of us. I work here, my husband works there. We work very well together. My husband's role here is he explores marketing. He also deals with most of the business aspects outside of customer service. So he orders supplies, big supplies. Like I do all the little supplies. He does like the big things like the cutters, the computers, anything like that. He also does all of the stickers. So if you get stickers cut from us, they are probably from my husband. Sometimes I'll do one if he can't or if he's busy. He does all the stickers, any vellums, any custom prints. This guy does it. He's not here yet for me to introduce you guys just in case you haven't met them, but I'm pretty sure you have met him before. And so he is now working full-time. He does no longer work for his corporate company. Now he works specifically here for our business, which feels really good because it's ours. We can pass it on to our kids, hopefully, if it's still around, if it's still a thing, which I believe stationery will still be a thing. And we're constantly figuring out new things to add to make the shop even better. So it's something that's near and dear to us, and we're really hoping that our kids will grow a liking to it and may possibly want to work here in the future. I do have a teenager and a 7-year-old. Teenager's not ready yet. He said that he needs to work outside the house, which I get. But hopefully maybe one day he'll, both of them will maybe want to take this over. We'll see. So that's what my husband does. This is his side. He works very differently from me. I like a clean space, not so much. He likes to keep all of his stuff out on his desk so he can see it, and I get it. But we work very different, okay? And so I'm constantly coming over here straightening up his stuff and he's like, don't touch that, or where is that at? So I just leave his stuff alone. So all of this is his stuff that he uses to cut and do custom vellums and anything custom. This is all where that is housed. So he's got his stool there. I purchased these from eBay, took the backs off of them. They're just your metal stools. It came with a set of 4. I put 2 in here, and then I put 2 in the other room that I'm going to show you soon. So let's back up and finish talking about this table, and then I'll move on to the outer part of the room. So this table is from IKEA, 2 tabletops on top of bookshelves from Target. I love them. We wanted to have the perfect height. My husband wanted to be able to stand sometimes, and we stand a lot, or he wanted to be able to sit. He wanted to have the option. So that's why the stool height was so important, to make sure we got the right height. And I found the perfect stools that gave us the perfect height for standing or sitting. And so these are tabletops from IKEA. We couldn't find the legs. They were constantly sold out. Then we went back and found them, but as you can see, they're shorter, but they do have adjustable legs. So we were hoping to get those, but this actually works better because we have storage and we also have the table. So this table is, I think, the larger tabletops from IKEA, the largest ones you can get. And so just take note of that if you're looking for a setup similar to this. It's very large. I don't really think you're gonna be able to get the true scale of it, but it's really, it works so perfectly. So we just put them together on top of the bookshelves with some little sticky stuff so they wouldn't come off. And then later on, I went and added the marble, my favorite marble. I love this marble contact paper because it's matte. You know, sometimes you get that marble paper that's like super shiny. This isn't. I love it. It's my favorite. I put it on everything. So I added 2 pieces. I'm okay with this middle being like this. I think it kind of looks decorative. And so that way it doesn't get scratched up because we had some scratch stuff, you know, happened to the tabletop already. And I said, you know what, I'll just cover it. And so it protects the table, and then also it's just so durable. So I love this marble contact paper. And so I put one on both sides, and my husband's like, is that gonna be too girly? I was like, no, I think you'll like it, so let's try it. And he hasn't said a word since. I also eventually want to put a sign here that says Fancy Plans Co. So I am going to explore that sometime in the future. So in terms of storage, this is our first storage area. I opted to use these magazine bins from IKEA. They have been working so great. They're like made of like a hard cardboard that's coated. And the beautiful thing is that we can put a label here to identify what is what. So as you can see, I've got the label there, and that tells me what I am looking at in this particular box. So I did that to all of them. And so this works out so well. So as you can see what we have in these boxes. So these are all of our discs: black, gold, gray, rose gold, clear. These are our covers. All of our covers are in here, as you can see. And then these are our whiteboards. And then this is all of the vellum, which I organized with these laminated paper sheets that I created, and it works out so well. So that's what we keep on the first row. And then down here, we've got some sticky notes, some adhesive pockets, some washi, some paper, and some tissue paper. And then these are from IKEA as well. These are the note tab dashboards. This week's sticky notes overflow, more sticky note overflow, our clear pouches, and the cash envelopes are there. And then these are our new notepads. I love them so much. I need to order more of them, but I just wanted to do a test run just to make sure you guys would like them as well. So that's what's here, as you see. And then here is more transparent sticky notes, our covers, and some paper clips. Extra bags are there. Clear covers are here. Sticky note overflow here. So I love having organization. You guys know how I feel about organization. Everything has to be in its place. And that just makes me feel so good. So this is a very important zone right here, and it just helps us to stay organized. So that's what we've got on the end here. I wanted to make sure that the end looked pretty so that when you walked into the room, it looked nice. So we try to keep that as tidy as possible. And so then when we come on around, you see my cart. So again, this is where I sit. I pull this cart out like so. This is a Hudson cart, the large Hudson cart from IKEA, which, oh no, I'm sorry, from Michael's. Everything is not from IKEA, right? Get yourself together, girl. So I pull my chair out right here, and this is where I sit to fulfill orders. So within my cart, I've got all of my bags sorted out. I've got our cards, I've got the paper bags, I've got the vellum envelopes here, I've got all of my stickers here. I keep my punches. These are the punch I use for personal size and A5 size. We don't use the industrial punch for that all the time, unless the system that I have developed now, since we package orders or we sort orders and pick orders and put them in bins by size, I'll be able to use the A5 punch more, which is located here. Right here, I have to change out the die, and sometimes that's a hassle when I use disc most often, so I hardly use this before. But now, since we have that new system of how we organize things, when they give me a bin, it's gonna come to me already sorted out by size. So that's gonna help me out so much. So this is a very important cart because it just has everything on it that I need. So again, stickers, and then this is just random stuff, scissors, pens, you know, tampons. cutting tools, just tape, everything that I need. So I keep that there. Next shelf is bags by size, solo bags by size, paper bags. Inside of there is the big size bags, and then just random other shipping supplies. So that's what I keep here on the cart. And when I'm done with it, I just take it and push it back under here, because again, I like to keep my space clear at the end of the day. And then I push my chair in. So that's what I've got there. It makes an easy walkway, you know, so that way I try to keep things out of the way. Then when I'm standing, I just stand with everything under and I pull my cart out. So that's what you got there. And then when we get on this side, this is the less clean side, in my opinion, although it is somewhat organized. I'd rather have that pretty side in view and this side on the back side. So we've got paper bags here. We've got all of my punches. We've got an extra silhouette that we're not using. We've got the contact paper for the vinyl, tape, and then this is my husband's sticker station that I just reorganized for him because he didn't have a system at all, y'all. He was just stuffing things in here, and I was like, you need a system. And so this is what I created for him, so that way he could pick the stickers that he needed easier and just have a better system of organization. So that's what you see here. Then on here, this is like the print station. See, as you can see, that's why I say my husband and I work so different from each other, because I would clean all of this stuff up and put it away. But he said, you know, if I do that, then he's gonna be like, where is what, whatever, you know? So I just leave him alone. So these little pull-out trays are from IKEA. I love them so much. I have these upstairs in my craft room. This is shipping label paper. This is regular paper because Addison does schoolwork down here and we need to print things from time to time. We also use this paper to print our labels, or not our labels, but our packing slips. And then we've got our plastic sheets here that we use for dashboards and such. More stickers there, and then random stuff down there. Over there is our extra supplies of stickers and plastic sheets. We have a recycling bin here so you can easily just toss stuff away. We do have the big one here, so that works out perfectly. And then in those acrylic bins is just like his vinyl. He pre-cuts the vinyl and just puts them in there so that they're ready to go. And then, not sure what's in here, probably random sticker stuff, and yeah. So this is his area that he organizes however he sees fit. I don't really come and mess with him because I don't want anything to get messed up to where he can't find it. And then these are all of our silhouettes. We have 4 portraits, 2 cameos. So again, this is his little station here. He works over here. He's easily able to transition here to print and cut and do whatever he needs to do. And it just works out so well. So this is the other zone that he pretty much stays in, and then when he completes orders, he puts them in the bin here. And we do have someone else that works here as well. He does the same thing. They'll bring me a completed bin. I'll sit it up here on my table, and then I'll work right here. So next area is our punching station and paper station. So these are all of our specialty papers that we use for like vellum dashboards and things like that. I've got my slicer here, which really doesn't go over here. This doesn't either. I'm gonna take this upstairs. This is my light box I use, well, not a light box, but a box that I use for photography. It doesn't work down here. We don't really get good lighting down here, so I take my product photos upstairs in my craft room. So these are all of our specialty papers. And then this is my baby. So we were strugglecity.com, y'all. For a while, we were using this punch. Well, when I say we, I mean me, okay? We were using the Levenger punch for everything. Levenger punch is awesome. I still use it for covers, but you can only punch like a certain amount of sheets. This baby right here, y'all, this thing cuts, I don't even know, maybe 20 sheets, maybe 20 sheets, maybe a little more than 20 sheets. We had to get this custom ordered. The company that did this for us did not have this, but they were working on a disc punch system. It was so hard to find a company that did custom dies. And it was just such a secretive process. You know, I was very leery of asking anyone who I knew because I just knew the struggle and I wanted to find it on our own. So my husband actually found it, contacted them, paid, did all of that stuff. That's why I say he does the big purchases. And then my life just got a lot simpler. So I love this. And then he went and set it up. He's got all of everything written in terms of, what each setting needs to be. So we just lift this up, move it over to the setting, and then push this green button here to punch it. It's turned off right now. And so there's a die that needs to be changed, so we have to pull that out and we have to put the new die in. So that's what I was saying, that with the new system and the way that they bring things to me now in the bin by size, I can pull that out, and I know that when I'm doing just A5, I can put that in. So this thing is awesome. It has really changed our business. So next we have our lamination machine, which we use all the time for covers. I've got a printer here. This printer is just used for labels. And then we've got the lamination machine here that we use for the cash envelopes, because this one is too industrial for that. It's too hot. So we took the back out so that way the paper can slide through, as you see, which works out perfectly. And then on the inside here, these boxes are empty. They just sit up here, so when the lamination sheet comes out, it can stay in place. Then we've just got random overage of supplies, things I'm trying out, packaging I'm trying out, ink and stuff like that just stays right there. So this station has been very important, mainly because of that. I'm so glad I have that. Y'all have no idea my struggles prior to. Okay, so let's pan on around. And we get to our other print station. So this is where I print out all of the covers, anything in color, because our main big printer only prints in black and white. This printer prints in color as well, but he uses that only for stickers. That is not a really good printer, so it's just for labels. This is my baby. So this prints out all of the color stuff. And so that sits right there. And then this right here needs to be clean. This is oops. These are oops. So I'm working on the organization system for these. As you see, that says oops prints. These are all of our oops prints that I know a lot of you have been waiting for. I'm just waiting to get it organized so that I can list it in the shop. And a lot of things just have minor imperfections, like these were the new notepads I received, and they had some imperfections, so they sent me 10 more to replace them. So of course those are going to be oops. And then we just have minor things like this should have been printed in color. So some of you probably do not care, but I care, and so I cannot list them in the shop. And in this paper, we wanted to try out a different paper. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it's not white, it's off-white. So it's just little minor imperfections. Even with these, this is the whole set of our gold. As you can see, look at how pretty that is. These are the dashboard dividers. Well, not really dividers, but they're just minor imperfections in them. This is the paper my husband uses to cut it with, but that doesn't come with it. So anyways, we have all of this stuff to list, so stay tuned, stay tuned. And then I brought these down to my craft room because I am working on adding something new to the shop using these paper clips. These are our packaging. We get most everything from Uline. We used to have a friend that worked at Uline. He has since left Uline and moved, unfortunately, but I used to, you know, he used to hook me up, okay? Not for free, of course I paid, but he was very generous. And so we have a new packaging place for some things, and some things we still get from Uline. So I just have that there because I need to refill these cubbies here with the packaging. So next, this is awesome as well. I love this system. It works, oh my goodness, so well. So first we've got pins here. These are from IKEA. These are their wine racks, and I just use them as inserts inside the cube shelving. Isn't that genius? I learned that from Mary Posta Studio. She used this for something else, and I used to use these for stickers, but then down here I said this would be perfect just for like our random supplies. And so inside of those are our pens and markers, as you see. Then I've got these little pull-out bins from Michaels, and that has like our tweezers, our pin loops, you know, just different things inside of these. These work so perfectly. I'm gonna get some more of them. And then those boxes just have a vinyl and then glitter. And so basically just pens, sticky notes, as you see, washi, everything is stored. This one's missing one because it's probably on my husband's desk. Yes, these are our clear wording labels for our task cards. So those fit in there perfectly. So as you see, this just gives you so much space and organization to be able to kind of break things down. So just all of the sticky notes here, the adhesive pockets, all of this stuff stores here so nicely, you guys. This has been so perfect to have. So that's what we've gotten there. So I've pretty much given you everything here. So last up, this cart here is where my husband works off of to do his orders. So he keeps them there and then takes them off and puts them on his desk. We also have this whiteboard from Erin Condren that we use to write the numbers. As you can see, at one point, y'all, we had 174 orders in the queue. That was insane. And that was after the box launch because we it set us back, y'all. But we are in a good place now. I'm feeling really good about where we are. And then below that, I have my station where I package in terms of tissue paper. I don't know, I can't talk today. So this is the station where I come, I lay everything here, and then I fold it up and I wrap it, take it back over there, and then package it. So sometimes things go in a box, which means they get tissue paper, and I think going forward I may start to include tissue paper in various orders. I'm still trying to figure out the process for that, but this is just an IKEA table with the legs on it, and then this little stool that I can sit here and work, or I can use that stool, take it over here and work and pull things. So I just love having it here. It's been working out so well. So that's what you got here. We also have a TV. Hey, this TV we use all the time. And that is a speaker. This speaker is awesome. We use it for parties and things like that. So we just turn it on, connect it to the TV so we get a little bass. And so this TV we use to take it outside to the back deck, the lower deck. And so that's why we wanted to put it on wheels. So we'll roll it out there when we need to sit out there on the deck. And but most of the time it stays in here. And then of course we have to have a fan down here because it doesn't really get too hot. I'm always hot, and so I typically turn it on and point it towards me because I'm the hot one, and so I like having it down here just in case for those hot days. And we'll probably have a heater down here when it gets cold because I'll probably be the one that gets cold. And so in that closet right there, there are extra supplies, cellos, boxes, things like that. And otherwise, that is it for this room, y'all. I love this room. So glad we decided to expand down here first before we went into a location and spent some extra coins. This has been working out so well. We put the floors down in here, and it was actually my husband's baby. He said he wanted to do it because I was like, let's just get a location. He was like, well, let's do this first. He's the reasonable one of us. And so he said, let's do this first and then let's see how it works out. So this is room number 1. So I'm gonna take you over to the other side of our basement for part 2 of this fulfillment room. Okay, this is part 2 of the fulfillment room. So as you can see, it's in this little corner of our basement. And this room had just had some couches in here, which is in back of me. So we moved the couches out and we put all this in. So if you remember, this unit was in that other room, but now this is the picking room. So we have another bookshelf just like this that we're gonna put up right over here, kind of shimmy everything down. I have some magazine holders that are coming so that we can expand even more because we have kind of outgrown this, and I need to do some better organization in here. So we're gonna get some more, well, we have some of those coming from IKEA. IKEA is just slow right now. So it's taking a little bit of time. We couldn't find these bookshelves again at IKEA, so we got this one. Then there's another one on the floor in back of me from Target. So we're gonna use those and try to get some more organization to this room. So it is a little messy in here. We do have someone that comes in probably 3 days a week, and this is where he works, and he just comes and picks everything. We have another trash can in here. This is his little table that he eats lunch at from time to time. We do have another table out there that he eats at too, and that we all eat at because Addison works down here for homeschool. So that's extra ink, y'all. This is my husband's new cutter. Okay, so out there, we ordered one from China and it was a disaster. So we're sending that one back to China. This one was like quadruple the price. But the good thing about it is that we have support here locally. The issue with the China one is that it had an issue and we were trying to get some help, and they're in China. So what can they really do? And so they allowed us to send it back. So we're trying to package it. It's just difficult to try to get it in the package because we had to break it out of the original packaging. And so that was the delay. So now we just put it in the packaging from this, which still wasn't the same as their packaging. And so we are ready to send it back. But this has worked out so well. It's a little bit different from that one, but well, in that the price was crazy, but hey, you got to spend for your business in order for it to really grow. And so we were okay with it. And so now he's got it all set up. He's happy now. This is a cutter, basically. Old cutter, new cutter. Can you see why our life has changed? It's all about having the right supplies. And so he's got that all set up and ready to go. He's already used it. It works great. And so we're just happy to finally have an electronic cutter that actually works. So this is his Cubby Station right here. When he cuts, he pulls everything from here. When it prints, we sort it here, and then he grabs it from here, cuts it, and then this is where it gets put away. Now for now, he's been kind of putting it here, which I wanna take this stuff and put it in here as we can. Some stuff we can't because I don't have a bin for it, and some stuff we can't because it's just too jam-packed in here. And so we have to store it here for now till I get those other storage units from, or containers from IKEA, y'all. I don't know, it's Sunday morning and I just feel tired for some reason. And so excuse me if I'm rambling and such. So how we do this is I made these little laminated papers that say what the size is. And what we used to have to do a lot, now more so we don't have to do it more so, because when I print something, I put what it is on the actual paper. So that would say classic size at the top. So we would know, we wouldn't have to take this and measure the margin, because what we do, as you see, it has a little marble part on the margin. I hope you can see that. We would take it and measure it up to the margin to make sure it's the right size. We've gotten pretty familiar with what's what, but when it comes to like half letter, especially if it doesn't have the polka dots, and A5, it was hard to tell what was what because it didn't have polka dots for you to measure using this card. And so what we did is I started printing it. I started, you know, having the words print out on the paper that tells you what it is. I was trying to show you an example, but of course he cut pretty much everything, so I can't show you. So one of these cards are in each cubby. So whether it's covers, these are our covers that he cuts, or any vellum or any specialty paper, anything that needs to cut for that size goes in that particular cubby, and I have it written out here. So this has been working out so well. And so once he gets done cutting them, he'll take them over here again, and or here, and we'll sort it out and we'll put it away. And so that's that. So this is our printer station over here, right there. That's where everything prints out. It only prints monochrome. That's what I was saying, I needed the other printer. And then this is where we keep all of our paper and inks and extra cello. And then this is our new system in which we use to kind of keep things organized by size. So what he does is he comes here, and this is where he puts things by size. And then once the container is done, he'll bring it over to me so that I can complete it. So this is where it helps out to have it by size, because then when I get ready to punch A5, I know that this is all A5 size stuff. I can just change that die out that I showed you, and personal and so forth. I can kind of keep my head wrapped around the fact of what I'm punching at that time by that size, as opposed to keep going back and forth between classic size, disc punch, hole punch. You know, sometimes that gets confusing. So this has been great and so helpful for him to be able to just keep things organized. So it's pretty large. This came from Amazon. And so this is what he uses to kind of just keep things stored until he completes it. And then this table is from IKEA as well. There's some ink there. There's his stool and just random extra supplies. Same over here, random paper and extra supplies. Bookshelves from Target, just like in there. And so this is where he works, or we work, you know, on those days that he doesn't come in. And I think he starts here, and then he sorts everything out from here into those. So, and then we've got to sort all this. My husband obviously just cut this. I know that because he uses this paper as a guide so he doesn't get ink on the pages. And so he sorted it all out by size. And so now we just got to put it away either over here or in these bins. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time. So I'm not always the most eager to put that stuff away. And so this station has been very helpful. This room in general just has been so helpful to be able to just kind of keep it all together. We have an Alexa in here so we can jam out to some music, same in the other office over there. And so it was just so perfect that we had this extra space to be able to expand in here before we have to seek a location, which we're hoping we don't have to do. We kind of want to fly under the radar, y'all, and just kind of stay in here. We want to grow in here, but not outgrow this, because you know, for tax purposes, it seems like more of a benefit, and to be able to write off a portion of your house and other things. And then also just not have to leave the house, because Addison works here for homeschool, having to lug all that stuff to an office, having to not be home because we do work a lot. So those same hours we put in here would be the same hours we would put in at a location. And so we're like, man, we really just want to stay here. So we're hoping it all works out to be that way. Also on top here are from the home management boxes, just overflow stuff. And now we have listed them as separate items in the shop, so we sell that as well. And so this room has been awesome, y'all. And I definitely just wanted to share with you guys, because I've been talking about it, that, you know, kind of what we did and what's working for us. And so I'm gonna dig deeper in some more business videos, because I have a lot of you guys ask me how to start a business, how to start a shop. I've started probably 4 businesses over the last 10 years. And this one I'm hoping has lots of longevity. And of course you have hiccups along the way and just things that come up, and you're always tweaking things. And for me, I'm always creating, trying to find new ways to improve the business, to expand the business, to give you new product. That is my job, and I love my job. And so hopefully you guys have been enjoying the journey so far, especially those of you who have been here from the beginning. So that is fulfillment room number 2, y'all. So can you kind of see how we could work for now? So I'm looking forward to just continuing this journey, as I said before, and this room is going to be an important part of that process. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel today to catch fulfillment room 1 and 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to ask me any questions that you have. I'm here for you, and I am more than willing to answer any questions that you guys have. So thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you'll come back and you'll catch another video, in which case I'll see you guys then.